Hello to all our viewers. If you're watching this video, please hit that subscribe button so we have the motivation to keep bringing you even better stories. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next parts of this story. I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever been pushed aside by your own family like this? Share your story because sometimes those painful moments are what make us stronger. And don't look away because what's about to happen next is something you'll never forget. The air in my sister's elegant dining room is heavy with the scent of jasmine and ambition, the soft jazz weaving through the laughter of strangers. Ethan Caldwell stand clutching a velvet box, a vintage jewelry box my sister Clara admired months ago. Its cost, a quiet sacrifice for her 36th birthday. But as I'm led to a corner, my heart falters. A drum struck off beat. A children's table sits alone, paper plates and cartoon napkins mocking my place. My name scrawled on a single card, no plate, no fork, just a void where respect should be. Clara's husband, Victor, smirks, his voice sharp as a thorn. Only the important sit with us, Ethan. This is your spot. My sister's eyes, once warm, now glint with dismissal. You're lucky to be here at all. She says the words, a blade twisting in my chest. The river of truth begins to flow, a hidden flame kindling within me. I am 34, a brother who loved too fiercely, and tonight I see the thorn of their cruelty, ready to carve my own path. 3 weeks ago, Clara's invitation arrived, a crisp card promising a grand dinner party. Her voice over the phone bubbled with plans. A caterer, fine china. A gathering of her life's most vital threads. I felt her excitement, a rare spark of the sister I'd known, the one I'd held through her divorce, lent money to, when her world crumbled. Celebrated when she rose again. I spent hours choosing her gift, the jewelry box, a symbol of our bond. My afternoon off work, a testament to my care. I arrived at their sprawling home, cars lining the driveway. Unfamiliar, gleaming Victor's preference for successful company over family. A quiet sting I'd long ignored. Clara greeted me, her hug brief, her smile bright but fleeting. The house was a vision. Dim lights, elegant settings, 15 guests in tailored suits and dresses, their talk of markets and deals. A world apart from mine. Victor approached, his smile, a polished weapon, guiding me to the dining room where the truth awaited. A children's table, a deliberate wound. The main table gleams with place cards, cloth napkins, and crystal set for 12, a throne for Clara's chosen elite. But in the corner, the children's table stands, a mockery of paper and plastic. My name alone on its card. I pause, my breath, a trapped bird. Victor's smirk widens. The kids' table suits you, Ethan, he says, his voice a cold wind. I turn to Clara, expecting her to laugh to fix this, but her shrug is a dismissal. That's your seat, she says, her tone as casual as if she'd forgotten my name. I point to the empty space. No plate, no silverware. How am I supposed to eat? I ask, my voice low, the humiliation burning like dry grass. She shrugs again. Guess you're not that important. Her words, a spark to my kindling heart. The room hums with oblivious chatter, but I feel the eyes of strangers waiting for my surrender. The gift in my hands grows heavy, a token of love now tainted by their scorn. I stand frozen, the drum of my heart steadying, years of loyalty flash before me. Helping Clara through her darkest days, welcoming Victor despite his disdain, swallowing their slights to keep the family whole. But this is no mistake. It's a calculated cut designed to shrink me. I could sit, endure, pretend their cruelty is a jest. Or I could demand respect. But the river within me surges, a third path calling. I walk to the children's table, tear my place card in half. The rip, a thunderclap in the quiet room, heads turn, conversations falter. I face Clara, my voice clear as a mountain stream. If I'm not important enough for a plate for respect, I'm not staying, her face pales. Victor's smirk fades, I tuck the gift under my arm. When you want a brother, not a liability, you know where to find me, I say, striding to the door. Clara's voice chases me. Ethan. Wait, but it's sharp, not sorry. I turn. You showed me my place, Clara. It's not here. The flame within me burns, a star breaking through their shadows as I step into the night. The river of truth flows, carrying me toward a reckoning I will not flee. The night wraps around me like a heavy cloak as I drive away from Clara's house, the echo of her dismissal and Victor's smirk burning like a hidden thorn. I grip the steering wheel, my heart a drum beating through the ache. The river of truth flows swift now, carving a path through the illusion of family I held, so dear the children's table. Its empty place, a deliberate wound, was no accident, but a message. Clara's cold eyes and Victor's calculated cruelty revealed a truth I'd long ignored: their need to diminish me, to lift themselves. The velvet box with the jewelry gift sits, heavy on the passenger seat, a symbol of my love now tarnished. Yet the flame within me kindles a star rising through their shadows. I will not bend to their scorn, but the river pulls deeper toward questions of why my sister chose this path, and I must follow, my steps steady to unearth the roots of her betrayal. The drive home is a journey through memories. Clara's laughter, once a melody, now a distant echo. I recall the years I stood by her through her divorce, when she wept in my apartment, through the loans I gave without question, through the milestones I celebrated, despite Victor's growing disdain, his preference for successful company, always a quiet cut. I ignored it, believing family was a bond stronger than his arrogance, but tonight's humiliation was a blade too sharp. My phone buzzes as I reach my apartment, Clara's texts flooding in. First, soft Ethan. Please come back. Then sharp. You're overreacting. You embarrassed me. The words sting, not for their accusation, but for their truth. She cares more for her guest's eyes than my heart. Victor's message follows smooth as a snake. Let's meet for coffee, clear the air. But his corporate tone masks the same superiority. I let the phone go dark, my silence a shield, the flame within me steady, refusing to dim for their convenience. The next morning, my parents call from across the country, their voices heavy with confusion. Clara's story has reached them, a twisted tale of me, storming out over seating arrangements. My mother, Helen, asks Ethan what happened, her tone soft but wary. I breathe deep, the river of truth guiding my words. Clara put me at a children's table. Mom, no plate, no respect. She said I wasn't important enough. The silence on the line is a heavy wind. My father, Samuel, speaks. She said, you were dramatic, but we'll talk to her. His doubt is a pebble in the stream, I press. It wasn't just the table, it was deliberate. Victor planned it, Clara agreed. Helen gasps. That's not the Clara we know, but her words falter. I feel the weight of years. Their tendency to see Clara as the golden child. My efforts always quieter, less noticed. Talk to her. I say, my voice a clear stream, but I'm done excusing her. The call ends, my heart a drum steady but bruised. The river pulling me toward the truth of their roles. I sit in my apartment, the jewelry box untouched, its wrapping, a reminder of my misplaced faith. A friend, Lila, who knows Clara's circle, texts me. Heard about the party. You okay? I call her, needing clarity. Her voice is sharp. Ethan. Clara's been talking about you for months, saying you're stuck in your job. Your life. Victor eggs her on, calls you a charity case. The words are a gust, fanning the flame within. They planned that table, I ask, my voice low. Lila sighs. I heard from their neighbor Sarah, who helped set up. It was no mistake. They debated inviting you. Decided you'd look good for family optics, but didn't deserve the main table. My chest tightens, a wounded root exposed. Clara's love was a mask, Victor's influence a poison. I thank Leela. My mind racing like a hawk. The river of truth surges, revealing not just their cruelty, but a pattern, years of subtle slights I'd buried for family's sake. Now unearthed, demanding I face them. The flame within me burns brighter, a star cutting through the fog. I walk to my window, the city's lights a distant constellation. Clara's party was a stage, her guests props in a play to elevate her at my expense, but I am no longer her shadow. I text my parents, ask Sarah, the neighbor. She knows the truth. My fingers steady the river, guiding my resolve. I will not return to that house, not yet. But I will seek answers, not to mend what's broken, but to understand why Clara chose to wound me. The jewelry box remains a symbol of a bond I thought was stone. Now crumbling, my heart drums with purpose. The path ahead is uncertain, but my fire is unyielding, ready to light a dawn where I stand whole, unbowed by their thorns. The city's pulse hums beyond my apartment window, its lights a distant constellation against the night. I sit with the weight of Clara's betrayal, the children's table, a thorn that pierced deeper than I'd known. The river of truth flows fierce now, carving through the lies of family I once held sacred. Lila's words echo, revealing Clara and Victor's calculated plan. Their months of whispers painting me as less a shadow to their polished world. My heart beats like a drum, steady but scarred, the flame within me. A star unyielding, yet the current pulls toward my parents, Helen and Samuel. Their voices heavy with Clara's twisted tale. I feel the unseen current of their doubt, their lifelong tilt toward her light. But I will not bend. The jewelry box sits untouched, a relic of my misplaced love. I seek answers not to heal, but to understand, to free myself from the roots of their scorn. A week after the party, my father calls, his voice a heavy wind. Ethan, we spoke to Clara. She says you overreacted, made a scene. I gripped the phone, my voice a clear stream. She put me at a children's table. Dad, no plate, no respect. Planned it with Victor to humiliate me. The silence is a stone sinking. Samuel sighs. She's our daughter, Ethan. We don't know what to believe. His words sting a familiar ache, their faith always leaning toward Clara, the golden child. I press. Talk to Sarah, their neighbor. She helped set up, she knows Helen joins her. Tone soft but frayed. We'll call her. But family doesn't do this. Ethan, why didn't you stay? The question cuts a blade through my resolve. Because family doesn't mock one of their own, I say, my heart a drum. I'm done carrying her thorns. The call ends, their doubt a shadow, but the river within me surges, pulling me toward the truth they've yet to face. I meet Lila at a quiet cafe, her eyes sharp as she shares more. Sarah told me everything. Ethan, Clara, and Victor planned that table. Weeks in advance, they debated not inviting you, but Victor said it'd look bad if you weren't there. My chest tightens, a wounded root exposed. They wanted me for optics, nothing more. I say, my voice low. Lila nods. Sarah overheard them laughing about the missing plate, said it'd teach you your place. The words are a gust, fanning the flame within. I lean back, my mind racing like a hawk. They've been cutting me down for years, haven't they? Lila's silence is answer enough. She adds, Clara's changed since Victor. She talks about you like you're stuck less than her. The revelation is a spark igniting the pattern I'd ignored. Clara's subtle slights, her comments about my job, my apartment always framed as concern, but laced with disdain, Victor's influence a poison seeping into her heart. The river of truth flows clearer, revealing not just one night but a tapestry of betrayal. I return home, the jewelry box, a silent weight in my closet, its wrapping a reminder of a bond I thought was stone now crumbling. I call Sarah myself, needing to hear it, unfiltered. Her voice is hesitant. Ethan, I didn't want to get involved, but it was cruel. They planned every detail. Victor said you'd sit there and take it. Clara agreed. My breath catches a deer, sensing a trap. She agreed. I ask, my voice steady. Sarah sighs. She said you'd never stand up to them, that you'd always come back. The words are a blade, sharp and final. Clara didn't just wound me. She banked on my silence, my loyalty to keep me small. I thank Sarah, my heart a drum beating through the pain. The flame within me burns brighter, a star cutting through their fog. I text my parents. Sarah confirmed it. It was no accident. Ask Clara why she planned to break me. My fingers tremble, not with fear but resolve. The river pulls me toward a reckoning, not with anger, but with clarity. The night settles heavy. The city's lights a map of my journey. Clara's party was a stage, her guests props in a play to elevate her. But I am no longer her shadow. I sit with Lila's words, Sarah's truth, the weight of my parents' doubt. The river of truth flows on unyielding. I will not return to Clara's house, not yet, but I will seek the source of her cruelty. Why she chose to dim my light to brighten her own. The jewelry box remains a symbol of a love I gave too freely. Now a lesson in my worth. My heart drums with purpose. The path ahead is shadowed, but my fire is steady. A star ready to light a dawn. Where I stand whole, unbowed by their thorns, the current pulls me forward, and I follow. Not to mend, but to rise. The city's heartbeat thrums beyond my window, its lights a faint constellation weaving through the dusk. I stand at the edge of a shadowed truth, the children's table a thorn that pierced my heart, its wound now a map guiding my steps. The river of truth flows fierce, carving through the lies Clara and Victor wove to shrink me. Sarah's words burn their plan to mock me. No spur-of-the-moment cruelty, but a deliberate act. Months in the making, my parents' doubt Helen and Samuel's wavering faith stings like a hidden blade. Yet the flame within me burns steady, a star unyielding my heart, a drum beating with resolve. I seek, not vengeance but clarity to unearth why Clara chose to break our bond. The jewelry box sits heavy in my closet, its velvet a reminder of love I poured into a vessel that could not hold it. The current pulls me toward a reckoning, and I walk forward ready to cut the bow that binds me to their scorn. Days after Sarah's revelation, my mother calls her voice a trembling leaf. Ethan, we spoke to Sarah. She told us everything, the table, the missing plate. It was planned. Her words falter heavy with shame. We didn't know Clara could do this. I gripped the phone. My voice a clear stream. You didn't know because you never looked, Mom. You always saw her light, not mine. Samuel joins his tone rough as stone. We raised you both to be better. Ethan, we're talking to her, but we need time. Their promise is a faint breeze. I feel the weight of years. Their preference for Clara's shine, my quiet sacrifices overlooked. Time won't erase this, I say, my heart a drum. Ask her why she needed to make me small. The call ends, their silence a shadow, but the river within me surges, pulling me toward Clara's truth. I need to face her, not to mend, but to understand, to free myself from the roots of her betrayal. I meet Lila again, her cafe a haven of quiet strength, her eyes sharp as she shares more. Ethan, Sarah heard Clara and Victor after you left. They were shaken. Guests asked questions why a grown man was at a child's table with no plate. My breath catches a hawk, sensing a shift. They didn't expect me to walk away, I say, my voice low. Lila nods. Clara tried to laugh it off, said it was a joke. But people saw through it, some left early. The words sparked the flame within, their perfect night crumbled. I say, a faint smile breaking through. Lila leans forward. There's more. Victor's been pushing Clara to cut you out for years. Says you drag her image down, the revelation is a gust. Fanning my resolve. Clara's transformation wasn't just her own. Victor's poison shaped her, turning our bond into a prop for their stage. I thank Leela, my mind racing, the river of truth flows clearer, revealing a pattern of calculated cuts, not just one night, but a lifetime of slights I'd buried. I drive to Clara's house, the air thick with coming rain. Their sprawling home looms, its elegance a facade. Clara answers, her face pale, her usual polish dimmed. Ethan, I didn't expect you, she says, her voice a thin wind. I step inside, the jewelry box in my hands, its weight a silent challenge. You planned that table, Clara, you and Victor, to teach me my place. Her eyes widen, then drop. It wasn't supposed to go like that, she says, but her words are brittle. A cracked bow, you laughed about it. Said I'd take it, that I'd always come back. I press my voice a blade. Why did you need to break me? She stumbles. Victor said it'd show everyone we're above, that I'm not tied to your life. Her admission is a spark igniting the room. My life, I say, my heart. A drum I carried you through your divorce, gave you money, stood by you, and you chose his lies over our bond. Her tears fall. I didn't mean to hurt you, I just wanted to belong. But her sorrow is a shadow. I set the box down. This was for you, but I'm done giving to someone who takes my worth. The river surges, my fire unyielding. I leave, the rain beginning to fall. my heart a steady drum. Lila's words. Sarah's truth. My parents' doubt, they weave a tapestry of clarity. Clara's cruelty was a choice, fed by Victor's need to control her light. I call my father, my voice firm. Clara admitted it. She wanted to be above me. Ask her what she's become. Samuel sighs. We're handling it, Ethan, but this hurts us too. His words are a faint echo, I feel. The rivers pull not toward their pain, but my own dawn. The jewelry box remains behind, a symbol of a love I can no longer afford. My fire burns bright, a star cutting through their fog. I am no longer their shadow. The path ahead is mine to forge, unbowed by their thorns. The current carries me forward toward a sky I will claim. The city's breath hums beyond my window, its lights a constellation stitching the night into a map of my journey. I, by Ethan Caldwell, stand on the edge of a new dawn. The children's table, a faded thorn, its scar now a guide, rather than a chain. The river of truth has carved its path, sweeping away Clara's calculated cruelty, Victor's venomous sway, and the weight of my parents' doubt. My heart beats like a drum, steady and unbowed, the flame within me, a star that burns without need for their approval. Clara's confession, her tears claiming she sought to belong, revealed a sister lost to Victor's shadow. Not the one I carried through storms. The jewelry box left behind in her home is a relic of a bond I no longer chase. I seek not to mend what was broken, but to rise to plant my roots in soil free of their scorn. The current flows gentle now, carrying me to a sky unshadowed where my fire lights the way. Weeks have passed since I faced Clara. Her words a cracked bow that could not hold my trust. My parents call their voices heavy with a reckoning. Helen speaks. Ethan, we confronted Clara. She admitted everything, the table, the plan. Victor's influence, her tone is a trembling leaf. We failed you, not seeing her change. Samuel adds, his voice rough as stone. We're cutting ties with her until she makes this right. We're so sorry. Their apology is a soft wind stirring but not healing. I feel the weight of years. Their eyes always on Clara's light. My quiet strength overlooked. I hear you. I say, my voice a clear stream, but I'm building my own path now. The call ends their sorrow, a distant echo. I sit with the truth, the river revealing not just Clara's betrayal, but my parents' blind spots. Yet my heart drums with purpose, no longer tethered to their expectations. I am free to forge my own dawn. I meet Lila at her cafe, her eyes warm as she shares the aftermath. Ethan, Clara's world is unraveling. Guests from the party talk, her reputation frays. She leans forward. Sarah told others how they planned to humiliate you. Some cut ties with her. Victor's losing his polished allies. The words spark the flame within, not with triumph, but clarity. They built their stage on my pain, I say, my voice low. Lila nods. Clara's been calling friends, trying to salvage her image, but the truth sticks. I lean back, my mind, a hawk soaring the river of truth, has swept away their facade, exposing the cost of their cruelty. I feel no need to gloat, only a quiet resolve. I don't need their regret. I tell Lila, I need my own ground. She smiles. You found it, Ethan. You walked away and claimed your worth. Her words are a spark fanning my fire. I am no longer their shadow, but a man rooted in his own light. Months later, I stand in a community hall volunteering at a local event, teaching kids to carve wood, their laughter a melody that soothes the scars. A young girl, her eyes bright with pride, hands me a rough-hewn bird. For you, Ethan, she says. I smile, my heart, a drum steady and full. The flame within me burns bright, a beacon for those who see me, not as Clara's lesser, but as myself. I visit my parents, their home, a quiet haven. Helen sets a photo on the table, me at the event, my smile unguarded. You're shining, Ethan, she says, her voice soft. Samuel nods. We see you now. We're proud. Their words are a bridge, small but steady. I carry no anger, only gratitude for my own path. Clara's name is unspoken, her absence a choice I respect. Reports reach me through Lila. Clara's selling her house. Victor's influence waning, their world dimming as mine rises. I feel no victory, only peace. The river of truth flows gently. Its torrent calmed. The night air greets me as I step outside the stars, a tapestry of my journey. Clara's cruelty. Victor's arrogance, my parents' awakening. They are threads in a story I no longer carry. I walk to my apartment, a small space with a window facing west, where a cactus blooms its flower, a defiance of the desert. The boy I was who gave too freely, who bore their slights for family's sake, is still within me, but stronger a star that needed no permission to rise. The jewelry box left behind is a lesson in my worth, not a chain. I am Ethan Caldwell, a man who chose his dignity over a broken bond. The river of truth has carried me here to a dawn I shape with my own hands, not for approval, but for the life that burns brighter than any scorn. My fire lights the way, a sky unshadowed, a path unbroken, a heart reclaimed.